Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Katrina Ness, Vanessa Collins, and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings, Vanessa Collins, and Katrina Ness.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Northwood University's pop-up event. I'm Katrina Ness with Sarah Vantine, and this is our Mother and Daughters panel.
Katrina, I'm so excited because for me, and I know Jen, this is such a great opportunity. We get to be up here today at Northwood University with our daughters, getting to have some conversation around all things automotive, and then also just being, women and young women considering their futures. Jen, thank you again for coming on this panel today. And Katrina, how does it feel to be up here with your mom at Northwood University, getting to share the spotlight and have this conversation?
It feels awesome. My mom has been a huge role in my career and my future development. She really kind of influenced me to go to Northwood a little bit. Cox Automotive, which is where she works as has great connections with Northwood University. So she told me about this school, and I came up here and I toured, and I found out it was the right place for me, and I'm so happy I'm here, and this is how everything has come to be. So it's cool to be up here with my mom once again. She always comes up and visits, and it's nice to have her up here on a panel for the first time.
Well, I get the opportunity to with Jen. We get to be up here with our daughters, and my daughter, Taylor Vantine, is sitting right next to me as well. And so this is the first opportunity I've had a chance to get to ask Taylor a question. Taylor, how does it feel to be up here at Northwood University?
It feels really good. I really like this college, and it's very pretty and everything. So yeah.
And what grade are you in, Taylor?
I'm in 6th grade.
Wow, wonderful. So I'll ask the moms some questions. What is it like being a mother while working in the automotive industry? Because both of you have wonderful backgrounds within the industry through Quantum 5, and then the Ted Ings Fixed Ops Roundtable, and then my mother through Cox and all your other career paths. So Sarah, would you go first?
Sure. It's been an interesting journey. So Taylor is 11 years old. She's turning 12. But I remember getting into the automotive industry, and one of the career paths that changed for me was considering what it was going to be like as a wife. I got engaged when I was in the car business, and then became a mother. And I was pregnant at the dealership with Taylor. Right up until, she was born. I left the left the dealership and went to the hospital. And so, being a mom in automotive has been an interesting journey. We think about all of the different ways that, our career trajectory can go. But one thing that always was top of mind was how do I include being a mother into this career? And how do I include all of the things that make me, a great professional into being a great mother? And so for me, one of the biggest pieces in my career development was looking at opportunities that allowed me to be both sides of who I am. And so that was really, for me, every choice that I've made along the way in the 15 plus years that I've been in the automotive industry, it's all really been around the decisions that I've made for my family. And I'm sure Jen has very similar sentiments.
I do, and I've been in the industry a little longer than that, Sarah. But I'm so pleased with how it's evolved for women. Right, when you and I first entered the industry, we were definitely minorities. Right, at the time it was male dominated, and I remember being pregnant for the first time. I hid my pregnancy until I was almost in my 3rd trimester, because it's just something we didn't talk about very much. But a couple decades passed, and boy, is it a different environment now for women. And I'm so optimistic now for our daughters, because great companies are competing for great talent, and they absolutely respect work-life balance. And it's so important, right? And they know in order to keep good talent, you've got to be accommodating to these types of circumstances.
Well, and Jen, we're seeing this with the younger generations. It's not just women, it's all of these future generations that are really putting the top piece in their professional career on how do I have the ability to be my authentic self and do the things that I'm interested in, but also have a fulfilling and empowering professional career. Katrina, how has your experience at Northwood evolved your professional aspirations?
Northwood is an amazing university to be at, especially in the automotive industry. So in terms of my career and my future professions, this school has accelerated me beyond words. We have so many different experiential learning opportunities at this school where you really get that outside world kind of examples. So when you're pushed into the workforce, you're almost ready and kind of being able to just hop right in. I feel like I'm set for life and I'm ready to go as soon as I graduate. Yeah.
And Taylor, you've got a little ways to go before you're a Northwood student or considering your college options, but you have been able to meet incredible young women like Katrina and Vanessa at this event at Northwood University. How has being able to be on campus impacted your thinking about the future?
Well, I mean, it does make me think a lot about the future, and I kind of want to go to the school.
She has some time, but I mean, it's a great university to think of even at a young age. We have a lot of different activities that we do here with younger high school students, and even going into freshman year, we have summer camps and stuff that we host here. So Taylor, when you're ready, we're ready for you. And if she's interested in the automotive industry, this is definitely the place to be as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So speaking of Northwood University, I'm going to ask my mom a question. What's it like being a Northwood parent?
Oh, it's tremendous. I didn't think that you would wind up here in a small university setting. As you recall, we toured many campuses. We live in the great state of Michigan, and there are a lot of public school options. I do remember when Katrina and I came on this campus for the very first time. I didn't want to push her. I wanted this to be her decision. And President Kent McDonald spoke at an open house, and he said to the parents in the audience, if you entrust your students to us, I promise that they won't get lost on this campus and they won't be able to hide.
Oh, yeah.
And that just hit me in the heart as a parent when you send your kids off to college. Around the same time, my older daughter was at a large state university, and she was struggling. She was in classes with 200 and 300 people in an auditorium. She wasn't finding her people. She was getting lost, and she was able to hide, the two things that Dr. McDonald said that wouldn't happen here. Katrina came up with, this decision herself, and I couldn't be more pleased.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting to me to get to have the opportunity to see and meet Jen and talk to her about her experience as a Northwood parent. Taylor's my oldest, and we're a little ways from that, but education is always so important to us, and we have built our family around learning. And I know, Taylor, that you've enjoyed the opportunities to be here and get to see so many different pieces and have that in the back of your mind as you continue to develop as a person.
Okay.
One last thing I'd like to say about the Katrina's university experience is, I've been in the business for 30 years, and it took me probably 5, 6, maybe even 7 years going from dealership to dealership to dealership when I was with an OEM to learn the amount of business and context that she has absorbed just in the last year or two. It's been incredible. So it really has accelerated her career.
Yeah, and like my mom said, Northwood really gets you going in the automotive industry. I know the lingo, we're learning that as process. I get opportunities to do this. We have our auto show on campus currently, another great experiential learning opportunity for students to get involved and excel their roles and responsibilities in their network. So.
Well, Katrina, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to see you continue to grow and evolve as you build your way into the future of automotive. And Jen Ness, it was such a pleasure to get to meet you. I know that we'll have you back for certain on future events, and it'll be exciting to see and have your perspective again as Katrina gets out into the workforce.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, on behalf of Ted Ings, I'm Sarah Vantine here today with Taylor Vantine, Jen Ness, and Katrina Ness. Stay tuned. We have more exciting segments coming up on the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
American colleges are bulging at the seams today as hundreds of thousands of young people try to get college training to qualify them for jobs. The competition is intense. What makes Northwood different from other colleges?
Northwood is particularly different because of its approach to the business world.
Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We are coming to you live from Northwood University's 61st International Auto Show. I'm Vanessa Collins, joined by Katrina Ness and 3 rock star Northwood University students.
It's so exciting to have some of our close peers be on this panel with us. So, starting with Colin and going down the line, if you guys would love to share your name, your position in auto show, your major, and just a little bit about you.
Sure. My name is Colin Kubik. I'm the public relations chair for this auto show that we're putting on here today for you. I have studied in marketing communications the past 4 years, and I'm going to be on my way out of this university in great spirits, heading into the workforce here soon. I'm super excited about projecting growth into the automotive world and beyond. Truthfully, I'm a man for communications. I've said it before that I want to take my mind and my heart and use it to speak my voice to bring across a message to whatever company is going to use that valuable skill. On top of that, I love music, I love the outdoors, and it's a little bit about me.
Awesome.
I'm Peyton Laughner. I'm a marketing communications student here at Northwood University. This year for the auto show, I am captain of Team Chevy, which I'm so honored to have an opportunity to be in this year's show. It is my last year here at Northwood University. I started coming to auto show since I was a baby, so I'm extremely excited about this year's show, and I hope to make it the best one yet.
My name is Carver Petell. I'm from New Hampshire, so it's a long way here, but I am one of our exotics captains at this year's show. My major is automotive marketing management, and I'm ready for the weekend.
Wonderful. Wow. So My next question is, what has your Northwood experience been like so far, both in and outside of the classroom? I understand you guys are all involved in our auto show that's happening this weekend. So yeah, if you could touch a little bit about what you've learned both in and out of the classroom.
It all comes down to just they just prepare you for everything.
Yeah.
So it's just to get involved and
Yep.
and that's really it.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same. It's all about making connections in and outside of the classroom. I think a lot of the connections that I've made personally are outside of the classrooms and even outside of Northwood, but learning how to make those connections, I learned here.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I got to echo these two in both saying that the connections are super important, but there's also the facet of this school attracting leadership naturally. There is something to be said about every student that you meet on campus. It was said previously in talks throughout the weekend that a handshake is something that this school preaches. You go up to somebody, you shake their hand, you look them in the eyes, and you introduce yourself, and it usually brings on a really wonderful relationship to follow. That is something that the school teaches through and through, and that's something that professors will inspire students in the classroom to speak on. It is truly a wonderful experience being taught by people that have experience in the industry and that being able to relate that to students that are, have never experienced that for themselves.
Yeah, and kind of going off of that, I'll ask you another question. How has Auto Show really guided you in your career and helped you be the better person that you are today?
That is a great question. And honest to greatness, the Auto Show has given me so many incredible opportunities. I've been able to sit with rooms with people that have such high understanding of the automotive sector, but beyond that, wonderful businessmen, and then beyond that, wonderful men and women in business. I have seen the likes of people that I wouldn't have comprehended when I was a freshman back in 2020. I really do enjoy the talks that go on. And then can you rephrase your question once more? I'm sorry.
Just how has Auto Show made you a better person to this day?
Fantastic, yes. But on that, it's also given me a load of confidence. This is something that I believe Northwood does and sets it apart from all the other universities that you'll see in the United States, and in my opinion, is that there is so much raw opportunity to capture confidence in conversation. There's so many people that are willing to sit there and talk with you and speak with you and give you the opportunity to present yourself in a way that is almost like, hey, I am betraying my fears of being, wrapping myself around that first impression standpoint that gets people so flustered sometimes. It allows you to overcome that in a bright and beautiful way. And being the public relations chair, I've had a lot of experience doing that. It's given me a wonder and a joy of being able to explore a whole industry, and I'd be better for it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Peyton, how about you? How has the Northwood Auto Show affected you personally and your career growth?
Yeah, so I have to say, to echo off of Colin, I agree. The auto show has given me a lot more confidence with the automotive industry. Growing up, I had a lot of pressure from my family, who are big car people. We had a very automotive-focused family, to go down that route as well. But that was something that I wasn't sure I was confident in. I wasn't sure if I knew enough about it. But coming here to Northwood and being involved in the auto show, I was like, I can do this. Oh, I understand. These people are great. We can build connections and whatnot. And that actually led me to my internship with an associate of Chevy Performance and the Copo Build Center. And that helped me talk to executives there that I most likely never would have been able to do successfully without first coming here.
Yeah, I don't think they could have said it better. I've met people, especially this weekend, that I never even thought I would meet. And I like the auto show has a lot of customization that a lot of people don't realize, that kind of teaches you and gets you ready for whatever comes next.
So you guys are some astonishing young individuals. And my next question is, you probably had a pick of colleges. So why Northwood? I have a feeling I know for Peyton why Northwood, but right down the line, why did you choose Northwood?
I originally chose Northwood because my father came here. He was the general chair of the show in '94.
Okay.
So I wanted to follow in his footsteps, join the automotive industry, and see where it led me.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think you're probably thinking for the auto show, and yes, I have been associated with the auto show for quite a while now. But it wasn't until I actually toured here at Northwood for the first time that I realized that this was the place that I wanted to be for certain. And I didn't even look at any other schools. I was like, the first tour, I was like, this is where I'm going.
Wow.
And I'd have to say it was because of the values here.
Yeah.
You know, we really value individual freedom and individual responsibility. And I think, you know, we really walk the talk here. And I think it's fantastic.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Walking the talk. That is honestly the reason. There was so much explanation before I came into this school about what it stands for. Not just, hey, this is the course load that we do. These are the things that you'll learn in the classroom. But there was so much talk about the values. Like, this is what we stand for. We stand for free enterprise. We stand for freedom of personal responsibility. Mm-hmm. There are specific ideas that speak to a higher part, I think, of all of our character. Wow. Everybody that's sitting here on these stools, they all know that there's something that speaks to all of us individually. And I'll emulate what I said earlier, that this place speaks to leaders. And I think everybody that's sitting right here is a leader in their own facet.
Yeah, so Colin just touched a little bit on the Northwood idea, which really embodies freedom, personal responsibility, and free enterprise. So what do these core values of Northwood mean to our students?
I think it means passion. Mm-hmm. Truthfully, people sit there all the time and say, find your passion, find your this, find your that. I believe that the ideas lead to that kind of passion. You need discipline in your life. You need to be able to trust yourself, gain confidence. You need to have empathy. There are so many intricate things that lead to being a good person. And I believe these values are the pathway to accomplish that.
I love that. Peyton, what about you? How does the Northwood idea speak to you?
I have to agree with Colin. I think it does have a lot to do with passion. And to add on to that, I think with the emphasis on freedom, it's really a call to saying, here in America, everybody has the freedom to follow their passion as long as they take the individual responsibility to get there. So,
yeah. Once again, I don't think they could have said it better. They just get you ready for anything that comes your way. I'm only a sophomore, and I feel like I could leave here confidently and ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And those values really embody it and build up you as a person, and you stand by them. I believe that. So on behalf of myself, Vanessa Collins, Northwood University, our peers, and the Fixed Ops Roundtable, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for some more panels later.
Go Mad!
Go Mad!